Alright, boys and girls, good evening. It's dark, I got my light on, and tonight we're going to replace the constant velocity boots on this B6 Audi A4 Quattro. I know, it's cold out here in New York, that's why I got my jacket on, got my little light, but it's got to get done. Once you see a tear, you'll see grease all over the well underneath here, and it is highly recommended that you replace it, because if dirt gets in it, the last thing I want is my wife breaking down in the middle of winter. I'm gonna walk step by step with you guys on the tools that you need as I take them, because I just did the other side at Op Tested Set. This is a special tool that you will definitely need. It's called Triple Square M10, size M10. Not that expensive, but they are unique. It's not a Torx, it's not an Allen, it's a triple square, simply because it is comprised of 3 squares. You can't get around this. You do need this for sure, because when removing the OEM bolts that are attached to your transmission, you're going to strip it if you use the Allen wrench. You definitely need this M10 Triple Square. Oh, and one last thing, you need a large Allen wrench, 17 millimeter. In order to get this, not this cover, but inside this cover, there is a bolt that holds the outer end of your axle. Those 2 special tools, 17 millimeter Allen and M10 Triple Square. It's really not that much torque, but if you are doing it alone, I recommend you use an impact gun. I have an impact gun with me, or somebody else to step on the brake as you're turning the shaft and loosening them up. You should put blocks on the other tires of this vehicle. Second, use a flathead, pop that out. There's your 17 millimeter Allen screw. And I will be using a cheater bar because it was stock. So you got to loosen this while it's on the ground, or else that wheel's just going to turn on you. Cheater bar. Really? Look, everything's so loose. You don't need tools. It just pops right off. Just kidding. There it is. Don't lose that. Different recommendations say, hey, you don't need to take these arms off. I will take them off, because I did it on the other side and it was super easy. So you need a 16 millimeter wrench. Digging through the mountain of tools that I keep disorganized but not show you guys. So 16. Yep, that's 16. And I think that is, there's no thinking here. We gotta be accurate. That's a 13. Use your power tools to do most of the legwork. Double wrench. What what I found really useful was magnetic pans, especially for little things, and 16s. So the tools that I have, you don't really need all of these tools. Just the two things I showed you, the triple square, M10 Triple Square, and the 17mm Allen. Aside from that, everything is just a matter of convenience, that's all. You will need a little chisel, a little flat chisel. Don't get me wrong, Audi, they made these cars pretty, well, at least this job pretty simple. There's a little slit in here to split it open. So you can see it's already falling, but I don't really see that much anti-seize. I'm definitely gonna put a lot of anti-seize on the way back in, because I'm a nice guy, you know. Especially if I gotta do it again. There it is. That's out, and you need your 16. I don't think the gun's gonna fit there, is it? Hot dang. It fits. It's a 15, dude. You need a 16. And over to 16. Definitely no anti-seize. A lot of sand. I live by the beach, so there's a lot of sand out here. I'm sure you guys like to do this, but I always put the nut with the bolt. Those bad boys are stiff, and I've lost my chisel. There it is. That wasn't so hard, was it? Definitely nothing but dirt. Nothing but dirt in there. Alright, arms are off. Oh yeah. So if this thing gets loose, the head, you can use the same bolt that we talked about not losing. And put a few threads, not just one thread in. Then a piece of wood. I don't like to give the full impact of metal to metal, so I'll put a wood. And I miss and hit metal to metal anyways. Alright, there we go. So it came in about an inch. As you can see, she's loose. Well, I'm going to attempt to pull her out. There it is. Bloop. Easy peasy. little tension right there? I don't like that. So, take a little rope, put it in one of these loops, these arms, then I'll tie it. This will be a good spot. Then, triple square time. In this case, I hope I get lucky 6 times, because there's 6 of these. The secret to being able to turn it while you're in park and on the e-brake is if you lift both front tires, if you're doing the front axles. Now let's get lucky 5 more times. I didn't even have to hammer it. Just want her to come out. Boom. She's out. But before I leave, definitely don't want tension on that. Like I mentioned earlier, alright, off to the workbench. It part's the problem. You see that? Dang. We've been driving all this time, and look, there's... Look, Ma, no grease. A little dangerous. They've been putting it off. Not today. Not today. Alright, so... This one seems okay. I inspected it. No cracks. So these guys, I'll get that later. You can typically just pop this guy out. Lied. There it is. Channel lock will do. She's out. From the last side. From the left side's job. So flathead. Create a lift. See? See? When you don't want it to work out, it just does. There you go. I don't want to use that again. Same deal. Now, let me take this. Now for this vehicle, the difference between the inner and the outer boot is this. The inner boot has these flat spots, okay? The outer boot, straight up circle.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
I got your piece out. You want to look? got my inspector here. I'm doing a tutorial for my YouTube channel. It's got these little grooves here, flat grooves. That's where the rubber piece clamps onto. Okay. Okay, now this next part's gonna look destructive, but it worked on the other one, and it's gonna look like I'm breaking it, but I'm not. I'm doing a tutorial.
For who?
For YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Can I see? What's that?
Oh yeah, it's just, a couple more duct taping here and there.
Awesome.
I know, it looks destructive.
No,
there it is.
Not almost done?
Are you cold?
Yeah. How many more hours?
Oh, that was not supposed to happen.
Great. No conference error.
Let's see. Maybe I can pop it right back in.
No conference error. 1 hour? 30 minutes?
Yeah.
This is your last one?
Yeah, the other side's good. This is my last.
Do the back one?
I don't think the back one's bad.
Oh, just the front one?
I have to inspect it.
Okay.
Okay. Seventh time we get lucky? Shoot, we might be getting lucky all night. As you can see, the bearing seems to be normal operating condition. I like that term. That's what the inside one looks like. All right, now a lot of I like using the OEM parts. This is obviously Audi, an Audi OEM part. Because I think these guys were pretty obsessed about their vehicles. So, if it broke, like, I would definitely say, okay, all right, well, let's go with the aftermarket. But if I can use this guy again, I mean, it's just the boot that went bad, right? Where's my wood? A lot of wood out here. Good looking piece of wood. I gotta make sure that I'm doing the right side. Does it matter? No. Okay. Just gotta hit it gently, you know what I mean? So this guy should, let's see. That's what I want. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Now there's a little piece here that I'm gonna use. There we go, boys. So this piece is out. I usually put it in there as a bin. Alright, and oh, back on your saddle there. Did you guys notice that there wasn't that much grease when I opened it? Yeah, it's probably probably happened a long time ago. It's probably all over the road. I gotta pop that out, so. There's the wood. Did you budge at all? Hmm? The clip's still good. What is going on? Finally. Got me a little scared there, huh? You still moving? All right. You? And you? Okay. We don't want any retarded bearings out here. Alright, definitely just making this up. If it decides to fall. The bag got it. Still good to go. You're still good to go. And you're still good to go. Alright. There could have been gunk. I don't know. In your shaft. Checking for cracks. Or nicks. We're good. That'll go in there. This. That happened. There we go. Quick wipe and your G2 Jizzle. Alright, now you got your hardware out. The kit does have these snap rings. I will use. I didn't use them in the last one, but I noticed when I pulled this one out, it went full retard on me. See? Look at that. Dang! Alright. So you got the clips, all the hardware. Inspect your teeth. And then now when you're good to go, it pops right off. And I'm not even going to wipe that. That's garbage. Alright, tricky part is putting it back, putting the new pieces in. New boot, grease, and your clips. Okay? They gotta be in order. Well, then again, not necessarily, because I think, depending on, I got mine, these are MPs. I don't know, I got them online. Parts Geek. Well, they split. So technically, you don't have to. I mean, I could look, but you definitely want to put the grease after you clip it. Okay, there's a groove here. See that? See that groove? It's got to go over that little groove. There you go. Then this piece, it's got a clip underneath it. It's like a belt. Get it as close as you can, because you can only crimp it so much, and it should click. See that? Clicked. Then need this tool. Now, I didn't mention this tool because, you know, I guess not all vehicles use this crimp. So, and tighten. All right. Then I'll be using the hardware that was given. This clip goes in here. See, I like that clip. That clip looks alright. You see the difference? That's why I want to go with the OEM. But, oh yeah. But putting this in, it's a bitch. Ooh, I'm not supposed to say that. Okay. So, what I do is I use a little piece of rope, a loop rope, 2 of them. I gotta make sure that thread hits that. Okay, so when I pull them apart, because I gotta get through this piece, they expand. Depending on how I want them, and then once they're over, you just click it and push it and clicks. Push it until it clicks. That's it. So that guy's job is to prevent it from leaving. Let's that area. In this case, going outboard. I'm gonna blow this with air because there's any debris. So I'll wrap it with a rag. All the pieces should be in the rag. Alright, now I don't know what happened earlier, but she should slide in. And I looked at the teeth. She looked alright. Here we go. Slide in, I don't want to be hammering you. Definitely a little bit of I definitely don't want to use wood, because if I use wood, well, we'll have debris. So just evenly distribute force with a punch. I want to stay away from these bearings, so I'll definitely go in between. Oh, almost. So when it hits this snap ring, this piece here, you should have enough space here to put your outer snap ring. There you go. So like we talked about earlier, that looks deformed. I will throw it away. And I will put a new snap ring. I guess they gave me another size because maybe some shafts are different. But this is definitely the size I need. Not that, because look. You're going to be doing the job. I'll use my fancy one now. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. G2G. Alright, now it's time for the grease. Actually, no, it's not time for the grease yet. I put a rag cover here. Wipe this one more time. Okay. I just cut the corner of that grease pouch. like icing on a cake. Yeah, you're going there. You're all gonna share that world anyways. Alright. Now this can still move freely. Not freely, but not as much friction. And then this is when you have to force it back in, so remember how we popped it out? See, it's stuck again. You ain't going anywhere, buddy. Just a cute little hammer. Just a light nudge. Then make sure they're in. Okay. No pieces of metal. Yeah. Come on, guys. Party in there. Can't go further in, so and that's when you know, hey, you're in the housing. Yeah, you'll know it's good because if you move it around, let's put that clip back on, eh? Before we do anything stupid, like lose the grease. So same thing like the small one. Wrap it over and wait till it clicks. Then that guy. Okay. She tries to pop out, kind of hammer it down. Kind of hammer these guys down too. Kind of hammer those guys down too. All right. Now we can our part's good to go. Alright, rebuild complete. So when we put this shaft in, remember how it was turning? I could just turn it and tighten it with a gun. In this case, if I want to tighten it with a torque wrench, it's obviously going to move. So it's either you have one other person in the driver's seat stepping on the brake while somebody's torquing these little bolts, these triple square bolts, or I cut a piece of wood, just found it and it fit. So here's the measurement. It's about 25 inches. So around this area, you can adjust the steering wheel. So one foot goes to the steering wheel, and one side goes to the brake pedal. Tighten one piece. I'm not tightening it. I'm just getting rid of that gap so it's easier for me to install the other bolt. Well, we got two pieces now. 2 bolts in now. Time to start putting the other ones in. Torqued. Axle's back in. Torqued into the casing. Now it's time to put everything else back in. I'll have to tighten this up when the tire's in place. And that's it. Alright folks, well that's about it. And this side's done. Right side. The left side I did earlier. I did an op test on it. I drove it around and flexed left and right. And no loud noises. And it seems like it's back in normal operating condition. Alright, when a boot tears, technically can you still drive it? If you have to, yeah. But it also depends on where the tear is at. In that case, the tear was at the front end, where the shaft was. So, in just that little piece, the smallest part, I think if there was ever a tear, that would be the best location to have a tear, because it still contained it. To give you guys a little bit about my background, I am a merchant marine engineer. I work on big ships, and I get the chance to, I don't know, experiment, mess with a lot of things aside from, from work. And I love the machine shop there. If you guys look at my other videos on Mark LB Media, I do a lot of travel, and a lot of stuff I do in the machine shop are on vessels, aside from the one in my garage. I hope this video helps you guys, and if anything, it might even tell you what not to do. Alright, or things you can avoid, or things you could do better. If you guys have any comments, please write them below, not just for me, but for everybody else who's watching, to see, hey, he could have done this better, or there's a better tool. But the tools that I use, I have used sophisticated tools before, but in this case, I'm here to educate you guys on how to get things done the most economic way possible. Yeah, you can hire a mechanic. Yeah, you can pay, a lot of money for somebody else to do it, but I think it's fun. And if you like to work on stuff yourself, I always refer to the internet, especially YouTube and Google, to get information, including how to do this one. And I just haven't seen a full video. I know this video is long, I'm sorry, but if it helps somebody, all the detail, all the headaches that I had, you see with the bearing issue over there on the tripod, those are the things we all experience, and sometimes guys hide it, to show that it's easy, it's perfect. It's not that easy, but it's not impossible. You don't need to have expensive tools to do it. I still did it with the Harbor Freight tools, Walmart tools, and you can too. So if you guys like this type of video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll try to show you guys on how to do things the practical way. Leave me some comments. I'll see you guys later.